Hello students, let us continue the chapter Alcohols, Phenols and Ethers. In the previous class I have started the study of the ethers. What are ethers, what is the functional group of the ether and what is the general formula of the ethers that we have discussed, and also discussed about what are simple or symmetrical ethers and mixed or unsymmetrical ethers. Also we have discussed about the nomenclature, common as well as IUPAC nomenclature of the ethers. Okay. In today's class, let us discuss about the methods of preparation of ethers. Methods of preparation of ethers. There are two methods are given in your syllabus for the preparation of the ethers. One is by the dehydration of alcohols and the second one is Williamson's ether synthesis. First let us study the first method, that is by dehydration. Dehydration of alcohols. Okay, what are alcohols that we What do you mean by dehydration, students? Dehydration is nothing but the removal of water molecule. Okay, when excess of alcohol is heated to 413 Kelvin temperature in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, removal of water molecule takes place by forming ethers. Excess of alcohol means more alcohol we have taken, so 2 times alcohol. When it is treated with the sulfuric acid H2SO4, which is a very good dehydrating agent. Dehydrating agent is nothing but a one which is used for the removal of the water molecule by heating it to the 413 Kelvin temperature. What happens? OH and H, water goes out by forming the ether ROR plus what? H2O. This is what? Ether. Okay. It is alcohol. Yes, I have written alcohol means I need not to tell that where R is an alkyl group. It's understood. When I told you it is the alcohol, R must be alkyl group itself. Okay. This is one of the methods for the preparation of the ethers. What it is called? Dehydration of alcohol. What is the dehydrating agent here? Concentrated H2SO4. Let me write some of the examples for this. CH3OH, CH3OH. When we make use of the similar conditions, CH3O, CH3 plus what? H2O. What is the name of this one? Methyl alcohol. If you want, you can write 2 times of CH3OH instead of writing this. Okay. What is the name of this one? Common name is dimethyl ether and IUPAC name is methoxymethane. So I'll write here dimethyl ether. Got it? Okay. You write the second example, students. Okay. Example number 1. Second example you write by taking the C2H5 here, or C2H5OH plus C2H5OH. Write the same conditions here. I'll get C2H5O, C2H5O plus what? H2O. What is the name of this one? Diethyl ether or ethoxy ether. Sorry, ethoxyethane or diethyl ether. Got it? Okay. Write the name of this one. Diethyl. By using this method, aryl ethers cannot be prepared because alcohol means we have to take alkyl groups itself. Therefore, the benzene ring cannot be substituted on either side of the oxygen by using this method. So, this is one of the methods for the preparation of the ethers. We will go for the second method. Yes, students, before we go for the second method, that is Williamson's ether synthesis, we have to discuss about the mechanism of the dehydration of the alcohols. Okay, I'll write this example. See, C2H5, that is the second example you have written, no? The same example you write here. C2H5, or instead of that, CH3CH2OH. Okay, plus CH3CH2OH. The same second example just I have written, isn't it? H2SO4 by maintaining 413 Kelvin temperature, it forms C2H5, or I'll write it as C2H5, I'll write it as CH3CH2O CH2CH3 plus what? H2O. Okay, this we have written as a second example. Let us look at the mechanism of this. Okay, the mechanism of this reaction follows SN2 mechanism. Okay, just recall which you have studied in the previous chapter. In the SN2 mechanism, what happens, students? The attack of the nucleophile and removal of the halogen takes place at the same time, simultaneously, and the reaction takes place in a single step. Okay, see here, mechanism. The first step, I'll take this alcohol first, CH3, CH2. Out of 2 alcohol molecules, I have taken 1 alcohol molecule. Okay. From where this H plus has come? From H2SO4. It gives the protonation. Okay, in the first step, protonation of alcohol takes place. Okay, so CH3, CH2, OH, and most electronegative oxygen atom will get the positive charge here. This is what we call protonated alcohol. Okay. In the next step, what happens? To this protonated alcohol, CH3, CH2OH. Where this alcohol came now? One of the molecule. One molecule I have used here, and another molecule of alcohol which has the lone pair of electrons of the oxygen atom. And this is the product we got in the first step. Protonated alcohol. It has got the first charge. Okay, and it is not a stable at all, so it will go out as a water molecule by taking the shared pair of electrons. Okay, then what happens? The positive charge develops on this carbon atom. Okay, and now this alcohol molecule, one more alcohol molecule will act as a nucleophile, and nucleophile attack takes place to this carbon atom. Okay, see now, I am writing this. Okay, I have to write it as CH3. Okay, CH3CH. Okay, to this, and this has gone out as a water molecule. So to this carbon atom, what is attached now? To this carbon atom, oxygen is attached. To that oxygen, 1 hydrogen is attached, and one side CH2, CH3 is attached. Okay, it will get positive. Okay, in the next step, what happens? The same thing, whatever I got there, I am writing here. O, CH2, CH3, H. Okay, what happens? As it has got a positive charge, it takes the shared pair of electrons towards it, and this will go out as a proton, H plus, by forming a ether, CH2O, CH2, CH3 plus what? H plus. Whatever H plus was taken part in the first step, it came out in the last step. So therefore, we call it as catalyst, H2SO4 as a dehydrating reagent or catalyst we are using in this reaction. Got it? This is how the formation of ether takes place from the alcohol. First, one of the alcohol molecule, okay, was attacked by the proton to form a protonated alcohol. In the second step, one more alcohol molecule will attack to the protonated alcohol, carbon atom to which OH is attached. Okay, then the same thing I have written here. Okay, and these shared pair of electrons will come back to the oxygen, and this proton will go out by forming the ether. This is the mechanism involved in the dehydration of alcohols to form ethers. Okay, second method for the preparation of the ethers is Williamson's ether synthesis. It is one of the important main reactions of organic chemistry. Mark it as important for 2 marks. Mark it as important for 2 marks. Okay. What do you mean by Williamson's ether synthesis? How the ethers are prepared by using this method. Okay. When an alkyl halide is heated with the sodium alkoxide. Okay. When an alkyl halide is heated with the, okay, I'll write it. When an alkyl halide is heated with the sodium alkoxide, what is formed? Ether is formed. This is called as Williamson ether synthesis. What is Williamson's ether synthesis? Students, when an alkyl halide is heated with the sodium alkoxide, ether is formed. This is called as Williamson's ether synthesis. Okay, how is the general formula? See, sodium alkoxide or ONA. Okay, RONA, sodium alkoxide and alkyl halide. Okay, R dash may be same or different, so I'll take one as R and one as R dash. Okay, what it is? Sodium alkoxide, and this is alkyl halide. Okay, when it is heated, the mixture of these two, sodium alkoxide as well as alkyl halide, is heated. What happens? Elimination of what takes place here? Sodium salt, where X is a halide. Okay, sodium salt, elimination of sodium takes place. Sodium salt takes place by forming the ether. Side product is NaS. This is what? Ether. Okay, if the question is asked, write what is Williamson's ether synthesis? Write the general reaction. If it carries 2 marks, how to write the answer? When an alkyl halide is heated with the sodium alkoxide, ethers are formed. This is called as Williamson's ether synthesis. And general formula, you have to write this. Okay, general reaction it is said. Okay, it is called as general reaction. Okay, if I go to the particular example, CH3ONA plus, okay, CH3Cl. What is formed? CH3OCH3 is formed plus NaCl. Okay. Remember students, by using this method, even the aromatic ethers can also be formed. Okay, I'll go with the second example. CH3ONA. Okay, CH3ONA and C2H5Br. You complete this reaction, students. This name of this one, sodium alkoxide. Then what is the name of this one? Sodium methoxide. Sodium methoxide. Name of this one is ethyl bromide or bromoethane, and name of this one is ethyl methyl ether. Right now, ethyl methyl ether. Okay. So I'll move on to the third example. Okay. See the third example. ONA. Sodium alkoxide. I said no. Even by using this method, aryl ethers can also be prepared. Then what is the name of this one, which we have used, isn't it? Sodium phenate. What is the name of this one? Sodium phenate is treated with any of the alkyl halide. For example, CH3Br, that is methyl bromide. When these both are heated, okay, elimination of NaBr takes place by forming what? By forming OCH3 plus NaBr. Okay, in the nomenclature itself we have studied. What is the name of this one? The common name of this one is anisole. What is the IUPAC name? Methoxybenzene. It's the IUPAC name. Okay, this is how by using this reaction one can prepare even the aryl ethers also. Got it? Okay, this is about the methods of preparation of ether, and this method is very useful. Okay, this method is very useful in the preparation of the ethers containing substituted alkyl groups also. Okay, by using the Williamson's ether synthesis method, we can prepare the ethers with the substituted alkanes also. See, I'll write an example. You get to know about it. Okay, see, CH3, 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 ON. However, we have to take sodium alkoxide. Okay, alkoxide I have taken the substituted alkane instead of taking a simple alkane. Okay, any of the alkyl halide I will take. Okay, keep it in mind that alkyl halide what you have taken should be primary. Okay, then only the reaction will give the good yield, and it follows the SN2 mechanism. Okay, so then what is formed? NaBr will get eliminated to form CH3, 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 O, CH3 plus NaBr. Write down the reaction. Yes, this is the reaction I have written by taking the substituted alkoxide ion, sodium alkoxide. Then this is the product form. What is the name of this one? This is the methyl group, starts from M. This is the tertiary butyl group, start from B. So this comes first, isn't it? That is tertiary butyl methyl ether. The name of this one is tertiary butyl methyl ether. Got it? Tertiary butyl methyl ether. So I told, see, you can observe whenever I am using the Williamson's ether synthesis method for the preparation of the ethers, I am taking only primary alkyl halide, even though I have taken here the tertiary group, but I have not changed this. Okay, this I have always taken primary alkyl halide. But now question arises, what happens if we take the tertiary alkyl halide? If we take the tertiary alkyl halide instead of primary, for example, see, CH3 ONA plus CH3 Br. Okay, yes, I have taken tertiary alkyl halide CH3. Okay, tertiary alkyl. What happens? What is the expected reaction if it is the primary? NaBr should get eliminated to attach here OCH3. But instead of the substitution reaction here, the elimination reaction competes over substitution reaction. Then what happens? Okay, see, CH3O, one of the H from here will get eliminated as what? CH3OH. CH3O, H will get eliminated here, and NaBr will also be a side product. So then what is remaining here? CH3, CH3. One H got eliminated here by forming the double bond. What is formed? Alkene. Double. Here I have written the reaction by taking the tertiary alkyl halide instead of primary alkyl halide. I got this product. Okay, the name of this one is 2-methyl propene. 2-methyl prop-1-ene. Okay. So what happened here? Ether, we did not get the ether here. Instead of forming the ether, it has formed the alkene. Instead of undergoing the substitution reaction by following the way of SN2, it has undergone the elimination reaction. Okay, CH3OH got eliminated. Okay, so if you want to prepare the ether by the Williamson's ether synthesis method, we have to make use of the primary alkyl halide itself. Got it? Okay, this is about the methods of preparation of the ethers. Next we will go for the physical properties of the ethers. Okay, in the physical properties, first one is boiling point. Okay. boiling point of the ethers is much comparable with the boiling point of the alkanes of comparable molecular mass. Means there is no much variation in the boiling point of the alkanes as well as boiling point of the ethers. But when we compare the boiling point of the ethers with the alcohol, ethers have very much lower boiling point compared to those of the alcohols. Because in case of the alcohols will form the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with the water molecule. Here ethers cannot able to form the intermolecular hydrogen bondings with the water molecule. Therefore, the boiling point of the ethers is comparable with the it is comparable with the alkanes, but it is much lower compared to the alcohols. Okay. Next, solubility. Okay, when we have discussed about the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, okay, we can tell about their solubility. Yes, when they cannot form the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with the water molecules, they remains insoluble or sparingly soluble. Means less soluble in the water molecules. Okay, this is enough about the discussion of the physical properties of the ethers, boiling point as well as solubility. Next we'll move on to the physical properties of the ethers. Next we have to discuss about the chemical properties of the ethers. Yes, let us discuss about the chemical properties of the ethers. First reaction of ether with limited amount of hydrogen bromide. Okay, ethers can be best cleaved by using any of the hydrogen halide. Okay, ROH. ROR dash. This ether bond can be broken just by using the good hydrogen halide, and the strength of breaking the ethers increases as we go down the group. That is, Ri is more than RBr, which is more than RCl. Strength of breaking the ether bond increases as we go down the group in the halogens. Okay, now reaction of ether with a limited amount or limited supply of hydrogen bromide. See, ROR dash and hydrogen bromide. Okay, what happens? ROH. Okay, ROH is formed with the alkyl bromide as the side product. Yes, when ethers are heated with a limited amount of hydrogen bromide, as an example I have taken here, generally I can say it as hydrogen halide. When ethers are treated with the limited amount of hydrogen halide, the mixture of alcohol and what? Alkyl halide. Mixture of alcohol and alkyl halide is formed. Okay. So generally hex is the hydrogen halide, and here RX. Okay, this will be the general formula. When ethers are treated with the hydrogen halide, a mixture of alcohol and alkyl halide is formed. Now we can write the example: CH3OCH3 plus hydrogen bromide. Okay, only one HBr I am using because limited supply of hydrogen bromide. Okay, CH3OH plus CH3Br is formed. That is, when dimethyl ether is heated with the hydrogen bromide, methyl alcohol and methyl bromide are the mixture of the products formed. Okay. Now we will see what happens when more amount of excess of hydrogen bromide is supplied to the ethers. See, reaction of ethers with the excess amount of hydrogen bromide. Let me write that one. ROR dash. Excess means 2 molecules of hydrogen halide I have taken. If so, means no alcohol is formed. only alkyl halides are formed. Okay, alkyl. Okay, alkyl halide is formed. 2 molecules of alkyl halide is formed. R and OH. So what is the side product? H2O is the side product. See students, just by varying the amount of the hydrogen bromide or any of the hydrogen halide, the product formed is different, entirely different. Okay, when a little amount of hydrogen bromide is taken, the mixture of alcohol and alkyl halide is formed. When excess of hydrogen bromide is taken, only alkyl halide is formed. Okay, example, CH3OCH3 plus 2 hydrogen bromide gives 2 moles of CH3Br plus H2O. Remember, this reaction is important. What happens when ether is treated with the limited supply of hydrogen bromide? What happens when ether is treated with the excess of hydrogen bromide? Products are different. Understood? Okay, you have to concentrate on such points. Limited supply, mixture of alcohol and alkyl halide is formed. Okay, excess supply, only alkyl halide is formed. Got it? Okay, in the next video we will continue with the some more reactions. That is, we will continue with the chemical properties of the ethers. Okay, thank you.